Quick video coming at you this morning. Communication is a great thing when it goes well. Oftentimes though, when communication is not going well, we need to stop communicating. I know that sounds a little bit funny coming from a counselor, but a lot of times we get ourselves into more trouble if we keep talking when the best thing would be to just shut your mouth sometimes. Okay, so today I want to talk about timeouts with you. And there's a good way and there's a bad way to take a timeout. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 rules that work really well to make taking a timeout effective when we're in the midst of a conflict with a coworker, with a spouse, whoever you might have conflict with. Okay, rule number 1, either party can call a timeout anytime they want to, anytime they start to feel emotionally unsafe, anytime they just need a break from the conversation, they can call a timeout. Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is when that person calls a timeout, the conversation's over for that moment. Okay, it's disrespectful to continue to follow the other person around and to berate them with questions or accusations or continue to try and make your point when they're trying to call a truce, when they're calling a timeout and trying to, to save this for another time. Okay, so rule number 1, anybody can call a timeout. Rule number 2, when the timeout is called, the conversation's over. Okay. Rule number 3 is it's always good to say, I think I need to take a break from this conversation. I think we need to put this on hold for a little while. It's never good to say, I think you need to back off and I think you are out of control right now and you need to take a break. Okay, that generally doesn't go well when we say it that way. I had a guy in my office tell me that timeouts don't work because he frequently told his wife that she was overreacting and needed to take a timeout, and he says that only makes the situation worse. You think? Okay. So always put it back on yourself or put it back on the group. I think I need to take a break. I think we need to take a break. Okay. The 4th rule is the one that we miss most often and why timeouts become ineffective, and that is we never resolve the problem. Anytime you call a timeout, you have to set a time when you're going to get back together and you're going to continue talking about it. Okay, so let's say it's 8 o'clock. Okay, so tell the other person, I don't feel like I can continue talking about this right now, but I tell you what, give me an hour and I will meet you right back here on the living room couch and we'll talk about this at 9 o'clock. Or I've got to go to work this morning. Let's put this on hold and let's talk about it more when I get home because I just need to think about it a little while. Okay? When you come back to the table, you better have something more constructive to say than to just belabor your point or make things a little bit more volatile as it became before. Go back to my other video, Perspective in PB&J. I talk about how we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. That means we need to listen twice as much as we speak. So maybe you focus on listening to the other person's perspective a little bit more when you come back to the table after the timeout is over. Hope this helps. Hey, would you share this video? Would you also leave in the comment section if you would like any topics to be covered, things that you see come up, things that you have, that you see in other people or that you have going on that you would love to see covered by a licensed therapist. And I would be happy to make a video on those things. Comment, personal message me, and I would be happy to do that. Hope this helps, and I will see you guys with another video next week. Bye.